Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Titans Tube. This week, it's the week of Christmas, and we got a Christmas Eve game, a divisional game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is our preview episode between the Titans and the Jaguars in Jacksonville. It's an away game for us.
I'm sure you've noticed now, though, we do have a guest for this episode.
Yes, it's been a while since we've had a guest, and so we decided to bring one in for another division matchup.
Not his first appearance, though. He is making his second appearance today.
So we brought him in. We thought maybe he could give some of his insights on Jacksonville or Jaguars, since he does have 4 legs and he is a mammal. If there's one aspect about him that you need to know, it's that he exhibits pristine sportsmanship, no matter what team he plays, as you can tell.
Not big on personal space, though.
Now, don't go to sleep yet. Tell us a little bit about the Jags. It's been a struggle. You're 2-12 right now. Not going to make the playoffs. Looking at a top, 5 pick in the draft for sure.
Riding a 9-game losing streak, I think it is.
Yeah.
Things have not gone. Gone well. Hey, we're not done talking.
We're not done.
I know the season's gone bad, but you agreed to do this.
So what do you think is the reason for this? Do you think Blake Bortles is regressing, or do you think he should be the starter next year? He just put his face straight into the ground.
He looks very sad.
Oh.
One more question?
One more question. Who do you think is the hot, the head coach you want for next year? Tom Coughlin?
There's Tom Coughlin. Maybe top Jim Harbaugh out of Michigan. Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah, the Jaguar season is boring him, as you can tell, putting him right to sleep. Best of luck to you, buddy.
Oh, hey, good sportsmanship.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get straight down into the actual breakdown, since our friend here isn't really going to help us in terms of stats and positional breakdowns. Apparently, he's over this season. He's looking forward to the off season. I don't think the Jags will be like that. I think they're going to still come and play on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing about this game. We cannot sleep on this game. There's no reason to look ahead at all. The Titans, if we're even having a decent season, we have a tendency to fall into trap games. We've had some very, very bad losses over the course of the past 2 to 3 years especially. We've lost to some teams with some really bad records late in the season. So I know there's a lot of talk. This is a different team, and of course it is. This is the first year with a new coach. We have a lot of new players, very different culture, different feel around this team. But still, there's always reason to be cautious, and we got to take care of our own business in this game.
Yeah, this is the National Football League. You can't overlook any game, and this is the definition of kind of a trap game for the Titans. So Jacksonville is coming off a 9-game losing streak. They're 2-12 on the year, and their only wins were early on. They beat the Colts, and then they beat Chicago. Last week, lost to the Texans, actually in a close one, but after that game, they fired Gus Bradley, who had been their coach for the last 4 seasons. Hadn't done much there. This week, they promoted to the interim head coach Doug Marrone. So he will be the interim coach that we will be facing this week. No more Gus Bradley,
who has been a head coach in the past. He does have head coaching experience.
So let's see what he's working with in terms of overall stats for the Jags. One of the worst teams in the NFL, just based on record. So Jacksonville's total offense, definitely offensive side of the ball is where they're weakest, which is where a lot of people thought they would actually be strongest coming into the year. But overall, total offense, they are 28th in the NFL, only averaging 319 yards a game. Passing game, everyone thought it would be super hot. Blake Bortles, Allen Hurns, Allen Robinson, Marquise Lee. You got
Julius
Thomas back there.
What's happening?
Sounds like a high-powered offense. They're 26th in the league, only averaging 222 pass yards a game. Now, last time we played them, Blake Bortles torched us for over 300 yards, but most of that was in garbage time. Garbage time Bortles. In terms of rushing, they've also been struggling as well, dealing with multiple backs back there. They're 24th in rushing, only not even averaging 100 yards, right at 97 yards a game. Now, their defense is where it gets a bit stronger, if there's a strong point of this team.
Oh, yeah.
They do have some playmakers back there, and they've put up some decent stats. Total defense, they are 7th, actually. Top 10 defense right here, holding teams to only 321 yards a game. Passing defense, they're 4th. holding teams to 210 yards a game.
That's
kind
really
of surprising.
good. Yeah.
Rushing, they're a little worse, 21st at 110, giving up 110 yards a game. The main stat to take in consideration with their defense is points given up per game. They give up over 25 points a game, which is 25th in the league, which is not very good. And I feel like a lot of their stats are skewed because teams get up so large on them early that they try to take the air out of the ball.
And I think it's fair to point out that Blake Bortles has thrown his share of pick sixes and probably bad turnovers as well, which leads to a short field and easy scores for the opposing team, which probably hurts the true stats of how well their defense can play at the same time.
I mean, Blake Bortles has thrown more pick sixes in his career than he does have career wins. Every time I think of Bortles, I think of Squirtle. Is that
It's funny
weird?
because my girlfriend said the exact same thing. Like, Bortles,
Squirtle.
Squirtle, Bortles.
So take that into consideration when you're looking at overall defense. Very good points. So, all that to say, we know it, you guys know it, everyone in the NFL knows it. The Titans have the advantage in this game.
Real quick, we got the advantage at quarterback over Bortles. Our running backs, as we say every week, especially this week, I feel like are more talented, skilled than Jacksonville's. Our receiving core has been getting better as the season has gone along. Obviously, Allen Robinson for the Jaguars is their best receiver, but he's kind of regressed in his own way as well as Blake Bortles. And I think with Blake Bortles regressing, that kind of brings down all of their receiving production as well. Allen Hurns is out, and Marquise Lee is also a really good receiver for him. And Julius Thomas, if he's healthy, are probably their best receiving threats. But I think with the improvement of their Titans receivers, I think we have the advantage there. And as far as defense goes, as we've said, they do have top-ranked defense in terms of giving up yardage.
Stats don't always tell the whole story, as we learned last week.
And if you look at the first game that we played, we won 36-22,
Yes.
I think was the final, and it wasn't even that close. So we handled the Jaguars in the first meeting on that Thursday night game. But as well as our defense, the Titans defense has played in the last 2 games, I think we got to give the edge to the Titans. I think that one is a little closer than what we're kind of putting off, because Jacksonville does have a respectable defense. But I think the Titans do have a better one. I think they're a little hotter. We've been getting turnovers more frequently. We've been getting to the quarterback again. So I think we got the advantage there too.
Because we get all of those check marks.
For all of you superstitious fans out there are some things to keep in mind coming into this game. So for this Jacksonville versus Tennessee series, the past 7 years, these two teams have split wins, which is a long time for not one team to sweep the series or another. And I don't know about you, but this interim head coaching ordeal is kind of giving me some flashbacks. By giving me flashbacks, I mean, let's go back to last year, 2015. Miami Dolphins coming into Nissan Stadium, a game after firing their head coach, Joe Philbin. First game, and they put a whooping on us. Rashard Matthews helped in that whooping because he was a Dolphin last year. And on top of that, last year, we fired Wisenhunt, brought in our interim, Mike Mularkey.
Now head coach, in case you forgot.
And we go into New Orleans, first game that Mike Mularkey's our head coach, and we beat the New Orleans Saints in overtime in a season where we had only won one other game.
Sometimes firing your head coach is enough changing culture to kind of revitalize a team for a game or two, and Jags only have a few games left, so, maybe they want to get some kind of momentum going into the offseason. We just can't take this game for granted, and we can't overlook it, and I don't think we will. I think the Titans are going to take care of business. I think we're extremely focused. We want to get to that home game against the Texans for the division, for our playoff hopes. On to our predictions. I got the Titans winning in this. I love the streak that we're on. I love the belief that this team has right now. They're believing in themselves. They're believing in Mularkey. They're believing in their identity. I think we're going to take care of business. I got us 20-7 in this one.
My prediction for this game, you know what? Yeah, I agree with everything you said. We got a team that is focused, that isn't ready to give up any game. We're not looking ahead. But this Jacksonville team, they've played some teams close, even though they're riding this 9-game losing streak. So I don't expect it to be a blowout. I think the Titans will win, of course. I think we're going to get the win 24-13.
What is your prediction, sir? What, can you speak into the mic?
Couple sniffs.
I think he's picking Jacksonville. If we lose this game, it'll be because we shoot ourselves in the foot, and not just once. Like we basically have to blast both of our feet off in order for us to lose this game. But as you know, our predictions aren't what really determines the game.
That's
what
right.
determines the game is Madden. And you know what? Madden was right last week. We stepped up our game and beat the Chiefs.
That's right.
Even though the Chiefs were favorite and a lot of people were picking the Chiefs to win, we said, no, sir, we're going to beat you guys in Madden because we know that translates to the real field. And it paid off.
And the Madden gods honored it and allowed the Titans to come through with the victory, as we did.
Exactly. So we're going to go take care of business on the virtual field with our Madden challenge of week 15.
Yeah. Are you ready?
What
Get ready.
say you?
Get ready.
Let's do it. Fake. We haven't done the fake all year. Oh my lord. This is gonna be why. Yeah, why? Oh baby! Oh!